Let's talk about Fiori for iOS design. Hi, I'm Thain. Welcome to another SAP CodeTalk, and I'm really pleased to bring to you Santosh from, I believe, Palo Alto office. I'm pretty certain that's one of the buildings in Palo Alto behind you, Santosh.
Absolutely.
Excellent. Well, thank you for joining me. Some of my audience may not know you, but so please introduce yourself for a few minutes.
Hey, Ian. I'm Santosh Kikkeri. I'm a product manager. I am part of SAP Design. I'm based in Palo Alto. I focus on helping our customers and partners build delightful enterprise mobile applications. And I'm excited to be on air with you on CodeTalk this morning.
Excellent. Well, thank you for joining me. And as you said, you're part of Fiori for iOS. And I think let's just hit straight away with the main question that probably is on a lot of developers' lips when they look at the SDK for iOS and Fiori for iOS. What is the SAP Fiori for iOS design system, and why should developers from customers and partners be interested in it?
So, Ian, SAP Fiori for iOS is a fusion of SAP Fiori for web and Apple's human interface guideline. Idea is that we bring the best of SAP and Apple together and help our customers and partners really build delightful enterprise mobile applications. And the reason that SAP customers and partners should care about SAP Fiori for iOS, the answer is very simple. SAP and Apple partnership has been around for more than 3 years. And in the process, we've come up with tons of great resources to help our designers and developers get a huge head start. Just to kind of give you a couple of examples, for our customers, select SAP customers can also get an experience at the Apple's Enterprise Design Lab. It's a 3-day process. What we do is on day one, we try to focus on the problems. So we speak with the end users. We try to understand, what the problem is, come up with golden thread, and validate that with the end users. And in day two, we focus on doing low fidelity mockups. And on day three, after a couple of iterations of low fidelity mockup, we focus on actually building a high fidelity mockups. So that way you have an interactive prototype at the end of day three. And you also kind of, get to experience the tight collaboration between SAP and Apple. So that is something that gets most of our customers excited to be in Cupertino for a week. And for our partners, there are again, tons of great resources that are available. Just to give you one example, it would be the Fast Start program that they can look up to, and they can look up information on how they can collaborate with both SAP and Apple, and how they can build applications that are Fiori compliant, and how they can kind of feature those applications within the SAP and Apple go-to-market partnership. So yeah, so that's the reason SAP customers and partners should really kind of care about SAP Fiori for iOS.
That was a great opening answer. So I'm sort of more on the SDK for iOS side. So how do the two sort of work together?
That's a great question, Ian. So SAP SDK has been around for quite some time. So developers can go ahead and download the software development kit, and it works on top of Xcode. And SDK provides several components. Of course, it provides the foundation layer where it provides you the capability to connect with SAP mobility services, some of the backend services. You can easily bring your OData, for example, and start building a master detail application. And not only that, SDK also provides you with the UI layer. And it's a fantastic opportunity for our customers to take advantage of the UI components that we offer as part of SAP Fiori for iOS design language. So you can bring controls, you can bring views, and we've also kind of shared some of the best practices, how you can kind of bring some of the existing controls, floor plans, patterns, because you don't kind of have to redesign all of these components from scratch every time you start building a new enterprise application. There are a lot of best practices that are available, so we encourage that you take advantage of bunch of resources that we provide. If you want to customize it, there is always an option for you to customize. So you can go ahead and configure or customize, or in fact, you can also bring your own control, and we can also help you to make it look like Fiori. So that's kind of how the SDK kind of plays an important part in terms of bringing SAP Fiori for iOS into the hands of SAP customers and partners.
Okay, you mentioned in that answer that there are resources. So what resources can you share with us and maybe point our viewers to so they can check it out?
Absolutely, Ian. So I'm actually thrilled to share, bunch of resources that we have created. For example, number one, SAP Fiori for iOS design guidelines. So here we provide with the best practices how you can easily bring in SAP Fiori design into your enterprise applications. So you can go out and check experience.sap.com. So that's a great starting point. So that kind of lets you understand all of the information that are related to the good principles of SAP Fiori. So that's a great asset to start with. Second, we also provide stencils for Sketch. These days, we know that Sketch is quite popular among the designer community. So we provide some of the examples. So templates are a great starting point. Instead of starting from scratch, you can copy the existing stencils, take advantage of the floor plans, take advantage of the components that we provide, so that designers can easily configure or customize, so that they can really accelerate their design work. Thirdly, we have the software development kit. We talked about it. So, developers can go ahead, download, and get started with the software development kit. And we also have SAP Fiori Mentor application. So it's an application on iPad. So it's the best way to browse all of the capabilities, all of the good things that the software development kit has to offer. You can get live previews of all of the UI components. You can customize, you can configure. For example, you can change the views from compact mode to regular mode. So it's the fantastic way to kind of browse all of the capabilities of the SDK. And we also have a bunch of tutorials on developer relations. It's again a great starting point. Even if you're developing your first iOS application, or if you are an experienced iOS Fiori for iOS application developer, you can still find lots of useful information on the tutorials page. That's again a great starting point.
Lovely. That's thank you. Thank you for the plug on that, by the way.
always, Ian, you're welcome. So with all of these resources, our customers and partners, and also SAP IT, which is in fact our biggest customer, have reported that they are able to increase their efficiency of design and development by 30 to 40%. So this is a great validation from our customers that the resources that we are providing is actually helping them accelerate their design and development work.
Definitely, I'll second that. Our internal systems that we use at SAP on our many thousands of iPads and iPhones that we have in the company are absolutely awesome. Well done for that design. Design. What's new for the design language going forward? I don't want to sort of get too much into futures, but if you can give us a little taste of where you think we're heading.
Absolutely, Ian. So I think we heard lots of great announcements at WWDC this year, and we are definitely thrilled, and we are exploring some of the aspects around how can we support dark mode, within our enterprise iOS applications, and also SF symbols, because they provide like 1,500 symbols, so that we can bring those into your applications. So we are also kind of exploring designs to see how we can support some of those aspects. And the other thing is that we also see from Apple that now you can use your single source code, and you can bring your existing iPad applications to your Mac. Of course, we'll have to kind of understand what are the applications that would really make sense for us to kind of to be able to take it from iPad and bring it to your Mac. So we are kind of trying to understand some of the best practices, understand the things that Apple is providing, understand what the gaps are, and in days to come, we would be providing more guidance to our product development teams on some of the best practices, how they can bring their existing iPad applications to the MacBook. And so we are also kind of working on a bunch of new controls. For example, we are trying to reimagine the existing timeline controls. So we want to kind of integrate with calendar. So we are kind of bringing some of those enhancements. And in addition, we are also kind of working on improving the existing controls. For example, map control has been out there for a while. Now we are looking at ways in which we can kind of enhance some of those components so that it is better suited for our customer needs. So this would be a quick preview, Ian, what to expect in coming months from SAP Fiori for iOS perspective.
Excellent. Santosh, I really am so pleased that you spent some time with me this morning sort of talking about that. We could go on forever. I'm sure what I would like to do is have you back again in the future, maybe delve into maybe some specific controls, maybe some specific issues with Fiori for iOS. And thank you for joining me today.
Thank you, Ian.